Cinema is the art form that best represents human experience. We go to the movies to find a place where we can escape our lives for just a little bit. In this place, we can step into other worlds and experience the lives of others. I just love watching movies, and I'm a sucker for going to theaters and sharing an experience with others.
We all are born with a certain package. We are who we are. Where we were born, who we were born as, how we were raised. We're kind of stuck inside that person. And the purpose of civilization and growth is to be able to reach out and empathize a little bit with other people. Find out what makes them tick, what they feel about, what they care about. And for me, the movies are like a machine that generates empathy. If it's a great movie, it lets you understand a little bit more about what it's like to be a different gender, a different race, a different age, a different economic class, a different nationality, different profession, different hopes, aspirations, dreams, and fears. It helps us to identify with the people who are sharing this journey with us. And that, to me, is the most noble thing that good movies can do, and it's a reason to encourage them and to support them and to go to them.
This quote from Roger Ebert makes me reflect on the many emotions and thoughts that movies make me think, and also of characters and what they go through, which made me go back and think of Rita Felsky's writings on identification, where she wrote, "Identifying involves ideas and values as well as persons, may confound or remake a sense of self rather than confirming it, and is practiced by skeptical scholars as well as wide-eyed enthusiasts. In short, it is more varied and more pervasive than it is taken to be, tackling the academic disdain for identification as a naive or bad reading practice." Faye Halpern points out that sophisticated literary critics read to identify as well. Identifying, then, implies a sense of something shared, but this does not mean obliterating or overriding differences. There is no Vulcan mind meld, no fusion of viewer and character where we lose all sense of self or capacity for independent thought. To identify with something is not to be identical with it. We are talking about the rough ground of resemblance, rather than pure sameness.
During the first week of this class, we covered classical cinema movies. We saw Mildred Pierce and Uetsu, and something interesting happened to me after watching Uetsu. I was reminded of last semester where I took cinema history class with Professor Berfals, of course. In that class, we saw Late Spring by Yasuhiro Ozu. Maybe it happened because of the style or ambience, or just because they were important films in Asian cinema. During the analysis of Late Spring, we analyzed a scene where all of a sudden a bass appeared, or bass, in the middle of the frame. That shot feels very unnatural, and it kind of catches you by surprise. At the time, I couldn't understand what it meant, but I could feel what it meant in some way. This shot was not a coincidence. It was a clear, deliberate choice by Osu. There are many films that have scenes similar to this one, scenes where the meaning has to be drawn out by the viewers. And here's some of my favorite ones.
이게 산수경석인가? 추상석으로 볼 수도 있고.
아시네요. 저희 할아버지께서 육사 시절부터 이 수석 수집을 쭉 해오셔가지고 지금은 뭐 저희 집 아래층, 위층, 거실, 서재 이 수석들이 꽉 차 있는 상태입니다. 근데 특히 이 돌은 가정의 많은 재물운과 합격운을 몰고
민혁아.
가지면서
이야, 이거 진짜 상징적인 거네.
During that discussion, we referenced Paul Schrader's book about Transcendentalism in films. In recent years, film has developed a transcendental style, a style which has been used by various artists in diverse cultures to express the holy. Just as anthropologists at the turn of the century discovered that artisans in unrelated cultures had found similar ways to express similar spiritual emotions, So in cinema, unrelated filmmakers have created a consensus of transcendental style. The style is not intrinsically transcendental or religious, but it represents a way, a Tao, in the broadest sense of the term, to approach the transcendent. The matter being transcended is different in each case, but the goal and the method are, at their purest, the same. Transcendence in art is often equated with transcendence in religion because they both draw from a common ground of transcendental experience. Transcendence is the imperious experience. Art and religion are its twin manifestations. As Clive Bell wrote, art and religion are the two roads by which men escape from circumstance to ecstasy. Recently, I went to watch Project Hail Mary on IMAX, and after my screening, I was completely mesmerized by what I had just seen. Lots of emotions went through my mind, and I simply was astounded by how the movie made me feel. This movie explores themes like loneliness, existentialism, friendship, love, and so many others. It was also shot by the amazing cinematographer Greg Fraser, who's done some of the best cinematography in the last few years. He worked on The Batman by Matt Reeves, on Dune Part 1 and Part 2 by Denis Villeneuve, and in Rogue One by Gareth Edwards. This movie made me reflect on the power of cinema and the feeling of transcendence it can generate in us. Only a few movies have made me feel that way, and here's some of them.
I need 3 degrees starboard, Cooper.
10 feet out.
Cooper, we are lined up.
Initiating spin.